and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am the inkednortherner, and today for you I'm going to be going through a console that is dear to me. I purchased this console on release. I was at university at the time. I had this console. A friend of mine had the GameCube, and another had the PlayStation 2. That console is the original Xbox, or Xbox. What I'm going to do, I think this is going to have to be sort of a three-parter, so that I'm not overwhelming it. I'm not going through too many. I've got about 125 games for the Xbox, so I'll probably split this down into 3 videos, maybe of around 40 games. I'm not going to intersperse any game capture footage. I'm just going to go straight in with the games. I can't remember whether these are complete in box, whether they're missing manuals. I've had some of them for years, and some of them are relatively new to me. So without further ado, I think most of these I would have picked up in sort of charity shops or purchased them when they first came out. Some of them I've not played, some of them I've definitely played and know quite a bit about. So let's crack on. So the first game that we have is Mortal Kombat Deception. What needs to be said about the Mortal Kombat series? This was, I think this and Deadly Alliance sort of took a step away from all being traditional fighting. I think this includes chess and chess and puzzle combat. Has the standard range of characters. Also you can just make him out there with the amazing Baraka. It was a good game. I enjoyed it. It's not the best out of the 3 that have been released. I prefer Deadly Alliance. I've not yet played Shaolin Monks. Shut my door. Apologies. I want a copy of Shaolin Monks. I'll try and pick it up when it comes down in price. I think it's about £10 at the minute. I don't want it that badly. I can wait for it to come down in price. So next up we have a game that is a film tie-in. Now unfortunately I'm not 100% sure whether this is an original box. I don't think it is. I think this is possibly it's a box that's not original because it's not green, obviously. It's black. But we have here The Punisher. Excellent game. Lots of action involved in it. At least I found it excellent. I quite like some of the superhero stuff. Punisher is one of those superheroes who's very dark. I enjoyed the TV series that Netflix had. It's a shame that they had to pull all of that. But you can't go against the word of the juggernaut that is the Mouse House. And next up, another film stroke superhero tie-in. We have Spider-Man 2. I played the first one. Who doesn't love shooting about New York as Spider-Man? For some reason I've got 2 manuals in here. I don't have 2 copies of the game, so I'm not sure where that other manual's come from. But it's complete in box. Again, what do you have to say about Spider-Man other than it's Spider-Man? Excellent character created by Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, I believe. Although I think Jack Kirby says he created him, Stan Lee says he created him. It's probably a mixture of the two. Next in line is a game that features as part of a series part of what's the word I'm looking for? Part of a family of games. We have Shadow the Hedgehog. Now, Shadow the Hedgehog is a bit of a step away from the original Sonic series. Again, it's complete with manual. In that this involves sort of more of a darker, edgier character who I believe has guns and shoots. Not something you would associate with the sort of admittedly Sonic was edgy in his time, but not to the degree of sort of of shooting and things like that. So again, I'm pretty sure this is part of a series of games that came out. Started on PlayStation 2, original Xbox. I don't think there was any on the PS1. I'm not 100% sure, but we have Conflict Global Storm. It's a very, very nice case. It's very sort of like shiny background to it. Again, game is complete with manual. So yeah, it's sort of a third-person type shooter. Next up is a game I picked up recently. I don't know much about it. I was thinking it was along the lines of Sid Meier, but I've not had a chance to play it, I will admit. That is Galleon. Now it says it's from the creators of Lara Croft, from the creator of Lara Croft. So I assume that's not the creator of the Tomb Raider series. Probably it's more the character creator. Has action, wonder, mystery, romance. Looks like a sort of action adventure pirate game. I think it was cheap when I picked it up, so I just picked it up. This is a game that I played. I think is a very, very underrated game. Now I'm sure there was a sequel to it, but I haven't. I don't think I have the sequel. But this is Nightcaster. Now in Nightcaster you control a character who has four spells that you use the colour buttons for on the Xbox to cast. It's sort of a top-downish three-quarter view of the character, and you fight different enemies. It says 45 amazing spells. I must admit it's been a long time since I've played it. I bought it when it first came out. I think it was around the time the Xbox came out. I don't know whether it stands the test of time. I probably need to put it in, if I'm honest. Next up is, I think, the character that Microsoft or Xbox wanted to become the Sonic or the Mario of the series, of the console. It didn't quite take off. It's an enjoyable game. We have Blinks the Time Sweeper. Now, it did well enough to get a sequel. Unfortunately, I don't have a manual with this. It did well enough to get a sequel, but I haven't played the sequel. I've only played the first one. It's on the list of things that I need to buy. There's a few of the games that I want to buy for the original Xbox that I'm just trying to pick up as and when I see them out and about. So next game that I bought, the Xbox 4. As I keep saying, I'm a sort of a wrestling fan. We have WWE Raw. I think this was during the Get the F Out stage. Yeah, it is WWE rather than WWF. Put it on a couple of weeks ago just to see what it was like. It's complete with manual. I must have purchased this again. So I bought the Xbox when it first came out originally for this game. I must have sold my copy and bought another copy. Really doesn't stand the test of time. I don't know whether there are many wrestling games that do. And I've not played many of the PS1 ones again since. A game based on a ride, I think. I could be wrong that it's based on a ride, but we have Disney's The Haunted Mansion. It looks like a sort of puzzler type action game based on the screenshots. It's complete in box. Released 999 trapped souls, or you'll join them. Unique puzzles. It is a puzzle style game. Then we have Grabbed by the Ghoulies. Now this will be by Rare because it says it's by the makers of Donkey Kong Country and Banjo-Kazooie, and it is by Rare. Again, it's a game I remember coming out. I don't remember playing it. There's not much you can say on it. except Rare is a property that really Microsoft needs to start doing more with, because you know, it's to me it's severely underutilized at the moment. They made some amazing games. Next up, I'm not a big fan of football games, but I really enjoyed this series. Well, the first two anyway. I'm not a fan of 3 and onwards. We have FIFA Street. Now it's excellent. You start off, you pick a team, you build yourself a player. You pick a team out of some limited players, and you then go country to country, and you can play against other players, beat them, and they join your team. Good concept. I enjoyed the concept. It's a shame it changed from what I could gather from playing 3 and the PS3 version. It would be nice if they would do it again, but go back to the format. Chances are they would probably do some form of online stuff and then charge you for it. Next up, a series that needs no mention. This, I believe, is the collector's the collection that you should have also got Vice City with, but I don't actually have that. We have GTA 3. It is complete in box with map and manual. You know, there's nothing really needs said about GTA games. I enjoy some of them. I didn't really get into 4, and 5 didn't really grasp me as much either, but I'll probably try and get into them more. I bought 5 on the Xbox One a couple of weeks ago just to try and get into it. I was listening to a podcast that they were talking about it. Next is Oddworld: A Stranger's Wrath. Now, this isn't an Oddworld game that I've played. I've played the original Oddworld and Abe's Odyssey and the sequel on the PlayStation. I purchased this based on the name of it. I'm not sure what it would be like, but it's one that I wanted to play. Again, I bought a lot of these and I've just not got the time to play on them. I need to try and make some time. So we now have Prince of Persia: Warrior Within. Prince of Persia series is a classic series of games. You know, so sort of 3D actioner where you complete puzzles in a more realistic style than say a Zelda type game. But excellent series of games. I really enjoyed Warrior Within and the Forgotten Sands. I think it is that the two are on here. Another set of games. I'm not a big racing game fan, however I did enjoy this series of games, at least for the most part. We have Need for Speed Most Wanted, complete in box with manual. So yeah, it's a game I enjoyed the series of. Another game I don't know much about. I think I picked this up in a charity shop. It's very badly damaged case. I just don't have any spare Xbox cases at this point in time. It's complete with manual, however. It's Project Snowblind. It looks very much like an early Xbox release. Again, not played it so I will get round to playing it. I'm just not when I make some time. Again, not a sport that I'm a big fan of, but these are pretty good arcadey type games, just good for picking up once in a while and playing. We have MotoGP. And then we have Ford Mustang, The Legend Lives. Now you get to play in the different series of Mustangs. I must admit, when I was on holiday in Canada last summer, there is some amazing American muscle cars. Saw a particularly nice Dodge Challenger that I would really like. I have nothing against Ford. I do like the Mustang that we get in the UK. Can't really afford one, but I do like it. Film tie-in, a game that I've had for years. They're good action games. I enjoy this. Another superhero game. We have Blade 2. I'm really looking forward to the series I think it's a series, the new film, with Mahershala Ali in it. It looks like it would be good. Again, not a big football game fan. I'm a big football fan, but these are games that don't really stand the test of time due to the changing nature of football. We have Championship Manager 5. Nothing needs to be said about the Champ Manager games. Excellent games to play. Unfortunately, the way transfers work in football, they don't always stand up, and I'm not a big fan of them on console. I just happened to purchase that one. Game series that I've played pretty much every single one of, starting with Modern Warfare, I think. We have Call of Duty 2, the big red one. So yeah, that's the first pile of these Xbox games. I'll just go and grab the other pile off the shelf and crack on. Okay, I've shelved that first collection of games, so we'll go on carrying on through part 1 of my original Xbox collection. Now, here we have Commandos Strike Force. Now, Commandos is again another series of games. I don't think there's been one for a while. I'm sure there's 2 of them on Xbox and PlayStation. But yes, it's complete in box. It's sort of first person action shooter again. So yeah. Next up, a game that I played quite a bit of on PlayStation 2. We have Timesplitters 2. Timesplitters is a great series of games. I think there's only the 2 of them. Mine's complete in box with manual. Yeah, it's a good game, good series of games. I like the action style, the cartoony graphics to it. Next up, again, another game that I don't think is in its original case because it's not. But we have Gun. I bought Gun on the whole Red Dead craze that was on with when Red Dead Redemption came out, I think. And then I never got around to playing it. It's by Neversoft, who do the Tony Hawk's games, I think. Activision's publisher. I'll stick it on at some point, and like I keep saying, and get it played. Next up, again, another series of games. These ones come from, I think they're more orientated around the Japanese market. I think they're mainly on Neo Geo, but we have Metal Slug 3. Side-scrolling shoot 'em up, sort of, where you get different enemies and you get different weapons and you blow stuff up, basically. Again, another set of games. I don't think there's been many released recently. I remember getting this. I think my dad actually played this on the PC years ago. We have Medal of Honor Rising Sun. Then into some sports titles. There's not many in this pile. First of probably many football games that I will have that I don't play. That's FIFA 2003. Some amazing footballers on the front, but yeah, the football games just aren't for me. And then we have yet another EA Sports title. It's one of these ones that will iterate year on year. That is Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2003. A complete in box with manual. I don't mind a bit of golf every now and again. I've not played this one, I don't think, unless I played it when it first came out. I can't be 100% sure. But yeah, I don't mind a golf game. I particularly enjoyed Cyber Tiger on the PlayStation. And yet another football tie-in with somebody on the front who I'm not the biggest fan of, due to my club allegiances, but we have Total Club Manager 2004 with Martin O'Neill on the front. Again, it's a football management game. It's not going to stand the test of time with the players that are on there, but it'd be good to look back at what the Premier League and other leagues were like 16 years ago. Now, the series of fighting games that the Xbox I think is best known for. We have Dead or Alive 3. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with its manual. I enjoyed Dead or Alive. I enjoyed the Dead or Alive 3 game. I got it when it first came out. It was one of the first games I got with the original Xbox, along with Raw. Again, Timesplitters, Future Perfect. I don't really need to say much about the Timesplitters series. Good games, especially good for co-op games, 4-player against each other. This one again doesn't come with manual, but we have Lego Star Wars the video game. Throw it. These stand the test of time. They hold up. I particularly enjoy the Lego games. I think the Harry Potter series was the first series of games I got a maximum gamer score for on Xbox. I can't remember. Another game in the Conflict series, that is Conflict Vietnam. This will go along the lines of the same as Desert Storm or Global Strike. Again, no manual, unfortunately. But it came when I bought the Xbox, I think, when I rebought the Xbox. So this is a game that I purchased, I think it's called Fahrenheit in the US. This is the sequel. I got it because these sort of games are starting to become rare to find. We have Project 02, Crimson Butterfly. It's a survival horror game. This is the director's cut. I'm not sure what you get extra for the director's cut. Looks like an interesting survival horror game. I've just not had a chance to play it since I purchased it. Now, I thought I originally had both of these because I've got the case for the first one. Unfortunately, the game isn't in it. I'm not 100% sure where it is. It could actually be. I have two original Xboxes. It could be in the other one actually, which I've got in a carry case. Might have to have a look at that. Feeling that I'll have to rebuy it. But we have Max Payne 2, Fall of Max Payne. Again, complete in box with manual. It's a Rockstar game. Rockstar put a lot of effort into the Max Payne series. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than I enjoy the GTA series games. Again, this is another game I think I got when I purchased an Xbox off of Facebook. We have Headhunter Redemption. I've not had a chance to play it. It's a Sega game. Could be good. Could be atrocious. Let me know if you think I should jump on it. Now, this game I think will. I'm just going to show it. It's from Russia with Love. It stars Sean Connery. It's voiced by Sean Connery. It's a Bond game. You drive, you shoot, you kiss girls, women. Next is Juiced. Now, I'm pretty sure there's sort of 2 or 3 of these in this series. It's sort of an arcade racer. Stars some reasonably big name cars, 50 real cars with Unreal mods, 7.5 trillion customization possibilities, 6-player races, which I assume potentially were online multiplayer. Again, it's a racing game. I've played it once, twice. It's good. I'm just not massive into racing games, despite owning quite a few of them. Next up, another game that's not in an original case. I need to start finding some OG Xbox cases. We have Shadow Ops Red Mercury. I can't really say much about it. It's not something that I've played. I just happen to have it in the collection. Another film tie-in, not the best film in the world, but it follows the film quite well. Is Terminator 3 Rise of Machines. During the Arnie being a good guy series of Terminator. And this is the sequel to a game. I do have the original. It came before Ultimate Alliance, I think. And that is XMen Legends, The Rise of Apocalypse. It works along the similar lines to Ultimate Alliance, and you have a team of people, and you I think it's a team of two start out with, and you then go and fight different levels. Crash game that came out for Xbox, Crash being synonymous with PlayStation really, but we have Crash Twinsanity. It's not something that I don't rate it along the lines of the other Crash games, the PlayStation Crash games. It's a decent enough game. Probably wouldn't play it again, having played it and completed it. So, but yeah, so that is the end of the first part of my original Xbox collection. Hope you enjoyed watching. If there's anything that you like the look of, anything that you think I should be playing, then please let me know. If you would like to subscribe, please subscribe to my channel. I am the inkednortherner, and I will catch you on the next video.